This video explains the formation of spits and salt marshes. Spits are extended stretches of beach material that project out to sea and are joined to the mainland at one end. And the key process in forming spits is longshore drift, and it all starts with the prevailing wind direction approaching the shore at an oblique angle, an angle to the shore, and therefore the waves approach the shore like this at an angle in the same direction in which the prevailing wind is coming from, and as a result, the waves carry material up the beach in the form of swash at the same oblique angle. So here we see the swash approaching, and then backwash comes back down the shore due to gravity. And this process continues carrying sediment up the beach, all the way up the beach, and it keeps on carrying sediment all the way until you get to a change in the shape of the land. And at this point, the sediment continues to be carried in the same direction as it has been. And it starts to extend out from the mainland. As long as there isn't enough supply of sediment, the sediment will keep moving in this direction as a result of longshore drift. And it will keep on growing and growing out, and slowly behind this extension out from the land, which we call a spit, so this is called a spit, behind it we get a salt marsh. And this area of the sea is protected by the spit from the high energy waves approaching the shore. So salt marshes are typically areas of low energy and therefore leads to deposition. And you get deposition of lots of sediments, and eventually the build-up of silt and salt marshes, and sort of vegetation starts to grow in these areas. Now, occasionally the wind direction will change direction for a short period of time. We can see down at the bottom of the corner here that the wind direction has changed, and therefore the spit starts to adjust accordingly. And what is created are these hooks or recurved laterals. It's actually a V there, recurved laterals, and the spit is sort of pushed round, sort of the direction of longshore drift changes, and these hooks are created. You also get wave refraction, the waves bending round these hooks and carrying sediment round. And so you typically get these hooks. And you can see here sort of several stages. This would have been stage one of the spits, sort of the first recurved lateral. This is the second recurved lateral, and number 3 here is the most recent recurved lateral. And the spit would keep going if it wasn't for the fact that it keeps extending out into deeper and deeper water. And over here, it's so deep that there's an insufficient sediment supply. For the spit to keep on extending out from the mainland. But also you have a river estuary, and in this river estuary the river is removing the material. As it comes through here, it picks up and transports material and transports it sort of offshore, and therefore there becomes a point where the spit doesn't extend out any further. So here we have a spit formed by Longshore Drift, and therefore behind it a salt marsh being created. And we can see an example at Hurst Castle Spit down on the south coast of England, and you can see the mainland here, and this is the change in direction of the mainland, and then the spit starts to extend out in this direction. So Longshore Drift would have been the prevailing wind direction and waves would have been approaching at this angle here, and therefore Longshore Drift taking place along here, and you can see the different recurve laterals. There's one there, one here, and this most recent one here. And behind you can see the salt marshes and this low energy zone. And you can see the different uses of the spit. You can see lots of sailing boats down there. People use it as a protected, sheltered area, fishing, and we've even got a castle on the spit in which people come and visit. So Hurst Castle Spit's a great example of a spit in England.